Are you serious?
So, this is How to Kill an Hour. My name is Marcus Bronzy.
And my name is Producer Bill.
The GOAT, Billy Goat. Are you called that?
I've been called a Billy Goat, just like, as Billy Goat. Like, greatest of all time, but I think it's more the animal than the greatest of all time, mind you.
Yeah, and you're listening to one of the GOAT podcasts, How to Kill an Hour. Yeah, where we like to talk about tech talks about us. But today we've taken it in a direction that I think you, Billy, would like, and also Ace would, right?
Yeah, and I think Funk wouldn't mind this episode either.
Who's the guest on today's show?
Today's guest is wrestling legend Kofi Kingston.
Why is he a legend, Bill?
He's been 10 years in the game deep. He's just been grinding away, and he was a world champion not too long ago. He's a tag team champion, record-setting tag team champion, should I say?
Yeah.
You name it, he's done it. He is one of the well-respected members of the locker room.
Yeah, definitely. So without further ado, let's step into when we headed over to Brighton to have a quick chat with Kofi Kingston.
I know you're into trainers.
Yeah.
Wrestling today. So have you got the Prestos on, or what have we got today?
These here are Adidas Ultra Boost, the Woodstock 50th anniversary collaboration with a sneaker company called Nice Kicks. Mm-hmm. And I'm in a real big like tie-dye phase right now. So anything with like multicolor stuff, I have to get. So when I saw these, I was like, and this is, I bought 3 pairs of these, and because I bought the first one and I'm like, so I'm really into like Prestos for my everyday sneaker, because it just like the way that it fits on my foot and the way that I have tendonitis in my ankle. It doesn't cause me any pain. So when I wear a different sneaker, it's like women wearing high heels, like you suffer, and I know I'm gonna hurt, but I'll wear it anyway. So this one kind of gave me the same feeling as that Presto, where it's like I can wear these every day. Yeah. So I'm like, oh my God, they start getting dirty. I'm like, oh no. Like, what am I going to do? When these get too dirty to wear, should I just wash them? No, let me go buy another pair. So I bought 2 pairs like that same week. And then they just re-released them. I think it was actually like a UK site. I forget what it was called. But someone sent me a link. It's like, do you have these? I was like, yes, I have 2. But I need another one, So I just ordered. By the time I get to the house, I will have 2 more pairs of these on the shelf. And that's my sneaker addiction.
So when you do get like your exclusive sneakers, do you always look for that second pair that you can put away somewhere, or you somebody that will wear them? Because I've got some friends that buy trainers, never touch the sneakers after them.
It depends. It depends on the sneaker. It depends on the sneaker. Like if it's something like this where I know that I'm wearing it every single day, I will definitely stock up. And I've made the mistake of stocking up to where I do have some that like I just get bored and I'm like, I'm not gonna wear them anymore. But I have like 3 more pairs that are just sitting there. And then I have a hard time like giving them away too. My brother luckily is the same shoe size as me, so I can like give them to him. It's like you want to entrust them to him. But for the most part, like my wrestling sneakers, unless it's a really, really unique shoe that you can wear in the ring and out of the ring. A lot of the things that I wear in the ring, like even I can't pull them off in real life, but it just depends on the sneaker. I'm not above buying multiple pairs though.
I hear that. I'm a comfort guy now, I'm not a small guy, so when I get trainers, if it's stylish but I put them on and I can feel that burn.
Do
you know what? Furthermore, I'm like, I have such a newfound respect for women for wearing high heels.
I know.
Right?
Oh yeah.
I can't handle like a pair of church shoes.
No. And you're just up there on your toes all day, just walking around for a look. And I'm like, okay. Sacrifice.
Anyway, we're here to talk wrestling. You've had a turbulent year in terms of highs and lows. It's been an amazing year for you. Can you just talk through that, man?
Yeah, it's been crazy. Going from the beginning of the year to where I didn't know what I was going to be doing on WrestleMania. Honestly, I don't think there were any plans to have myself, Woods, or E included in WrestleMania. There wasn't a plan for like a big tag team match like there normally is. We didn't have any storylines going into it. And then all of a sudden, going into Elimination Chamber, Ali gets hurt by Randy Orton. And I'm his replacement in the Elimination Chamber. Had to go through a gauntlet match to get there. And I remember getting the call. And Road Dogg, who was, writing SmackDown at the time, was like, "Hey, we're gonna have you replace Ali in the gauntlet match. Can you go for at least an hour?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, of course." Hang up the phone. I'm like, "Man, I don't do any cardio like this." You know what I mean? Like, of course you're like mentally ready, and you don't say, "No, I'm sorry, an hour, I can't do it. Give the opportunity to someone else. I can't do it." You say that you can do it, and then you kind of go out there and you figure it out. I remember having Dr. Tom Pritchard as a coach. And one of the things that he made us do in FCW was have hour-long Broadways. So this was a decade ago. We were forced to get in there in the Tampa heat, humidity, sweating in your eyes, no AC in the building, and you had to be in there in the ring for an hour, one-on-one. And once you did it was like, man, I'm alive. I can do this. So having had that match, I had no fear going into this gauntlet match, even if it was over a decade later. Like, yeah, like I've done it before, so I can do it again. Yeah, after we did that, like the fans were just like so like starting to get real passionate as far as their support for me. And then at the Elimination Chamber, when it came down after I beat Randy, and then it was me and Daniel Bryan, and then everyone in Houston's like, "Oh my God, it's happening!" And but just before their eyes, like this dream of Kofi Kingston as WWE champion was this close, and now everyone's coming out of their seats, and that was the birth of Kofi Mania, and I always say, like, it's not cool when I say it because I don't know, it just sounds weird for me to say, but it was definitely cool to experience and watch people get rabidly behind this movement. And I'm fortunate to have had that level of support from the WWE universe. Like that's what you hope for as a guy, as a good guy on the roster, for people to support you like that, so it was crazy to have to go through that whole process. And I think when the Elimination Chamber went about, we had 2 more pay-per-views before WrestleMania. I forget which one came after Elimination Chamber. Was it Fastlane, I think? And then WrestleMania after that. So we had like a legit month and a half that we had to like draw people out. And initially the plan was not for me to go all the way to WrestleMania. But the more that the fans kept getting behind it, this was the direction that we needed to go. And I'm so glad that we actually decided to go do what should have been done, because there's so many times where the fans will be in such support, and then for whatever reason we want to go in a different direction and we don't get to pay it off. So it was something where people were literally investing all of their emotion behind this moment. And like I said, I'm just so fortunate to have experienced that as a WWE superstar. This is what you dream about. You want to have a moment that affects people emotionally, like down to the core. Yeah. And after I won at WrestleMania, just everybody in the arena, 85,000 people on their feet cheering, crying in joy. And on social media, same thing, kids crying, grown men crying, in bars, and just, it was a really cool moment to be a part of. And then obviously when you become WWE champion, now I'm just like, oh my God, they're going to take it away from me the next night. Like they did Zack Ryder, right? When he won the Intercontinental Championship and then he loses the next night. I'm like, oh, they gave him their moment. They're going to take it away. Because initially I wasn't scheduled to be on Raw. And then I get a call to be on Raw, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Take it on set. They're going to, unify the titles. Yeah. Here we go. But they didn't go that route. I was like, oh, okay. 1 week goes by. I'm like, I'm still champ. Okay. A month goes by. I'm like, all right, we still champ. 6 months later, I had one of the longest reigns in recent history. So, and I got to wrestle a lot of great competitors along the way. So that's what you strive for as a WWE superstar. You want to have the best matches. When you're the champion, you want to go up against the best. So for me to go up against guys like Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler and Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan in that 6-month period, Sami Zayn, you know what I'm saying? That is what I wanted to do, is to make sure that the reign itself was a good reign. So then you hit Brock Lesnar, so, and it all comes to a screeching halt, and that's it, but at the same time, 6 months is a long time, almost to the day, almost exactly a 6-month reign. And this is my coping mechanism. I say Ric Flair couldn't have been a 16-time champion without losing 15 times. So hopefully this is the first of many championships. But again, it took me 11 years to get here. But you just have no idea what the next step is going to be. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is, and you do what you can with what you're given, and try to make the best of it. And that's just the way the story goes.
I mean, you mentioned the shift that you must have felt from the audience, and also the support within the locker room, and also upstairs as well in the WWE. Now that that's happened and you've had that exposure and that support, I feel like that energy's still there for you. Do you feel like that's still there?
Yeah,
like,
no.
Kofi Mania ain't over.
Yeah, no, definitely not. There's still a lot of people who were upset about the way things went down on SmackDown, the first initial SmackDown, the biggest SmackDown ever, essentially, myself included. And, we just kind of see what happens, right? I don't have any control over where we go storyline wise, but all I can do is take advantage of the opportunities that I am given when they are given to me and make the best out of them. So that's what we do, man. We just kind of keep fighting, and now we're back in the fight, right? So we go back to it. So it's all good.
100%. And another thing that you're known for, I mean, even for people who aren't super avid watchers of WWE, is the way that you handle Royal Rumbles. I think it's like it's a yearly event. Kind of looking forward to the way that you kind of managed to keep 2 feet off the floor. Right?
Yeah, man.
I just want to ask you real quick, like, what was one of your favorite ways of avoiding elimination?
Oh, I don't even try to rank them, man. It's hard enough to try to come up with them. You know what I'm saying? I just put them out there, and if people like them, they like them. If not, that's cool too. But I saw it as an opportunity when John Morrison left the company. There was one year where he got hit off of the apron, and he jumped all the way to the barricade and parkoured his way back to the ring. Yeah. And then the next year he wasn't there, and I was like, oh, I'll do something like that, you know? Yeah. So then fast forward a decade later, every year you have a Kofi Kingston Royal Rumble moment. This past year, though, we got some of these young guys and young women out here making it real difficult. You know what I'm saying? Casey, is making it real hard out there, just handstanding, and she's like the incredible little gymnast who can do all these things. So, I think for me, the next greatest trick would be to win. All the other stuff aside, that's the goal is to win, right? You want to become WWE champion. You want to have another match at WrestleMania. So that's my goal now. And then let all these young booties, these young kids go out there and do these stunts. But, I'll probably do something. We'll see.
You know which one the kids at home were doing the most? Don't wrestle at home, kids. It's definitely got to be the office chair one. I mean, that got me looking to offices like that. That had my heart.
Yeah.
Thinking this could go sideways because office chairs aren't designed for
no,
this.
They're not. And
funny hop to office chair, man.
Yeah, and then it was funny because Hornswoggle, when he was with the company, and even still, he's like the guy who I bounced these ideas off of. Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, what are you gonna do this year, Kof?" I'm like, "Bro, I don't know, man. Like, if I come up with something, I will. If not, then I'll just get thrown out of the ring. It's not a big deal." "Oh, what are you gonna do this year? Are you gonna get a pogo stick?" And he's like laughing. I was like, "Huh? Wait a minute." Pogo stick, huh? Do they have anything around the ring? Can I use a kendo stick? No. Oh, the chair. I'm going to try it tomorrow. And this is literally a day before. I didn't have anything before, So then I go, and then I'm looking at the stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is entirely feasible, And I'm like hopping on it and everything. Actually, no, I started hopping on it in the hotel room, and he's like, oh my God, that's what you got to do. I'm like, cool. So we'll figure it out. And I get a lot of credit for these things, but if Tenzai doesn't put me on the apron, then I don't get to do it. If Rusev doesn't catch me and put me on the barricade, then I don't get to even do that. If the Rosebuds don't catch me and they carried me around, I didn't do anything. I got carried around, and I got credit for this cool elimination. Woods and E launching me up into the ring, they launched me. I was just there standing on one foot, But yeah, it was the pogo stick one was dangerous because then you saw the chair kind of start tipping forward. I was like, oh my God! And then
calculations thinking, what kind of quality office chair is this? Where did they purchase?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's made for
I know. And then I used to work for Staples, which was another, and that the chair section was one of my sections in the magazine to be responsible for. So it all came full circle, But yeah, that one was pretty dangerous. And then the chair started rotating too, and I'm like, oh my God! Now I have to hop backwards. I'm like, I hope this chair doesn't break. Yeah. And luckily, here we are.
It's always a highlight of the year.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Now, there's some people that are used to hearing you with your Jamaican accent.
That's right.
And-
Kofi Kingston from Kingston, Jamaica. Where you're from, right near the beach, boy.
But
You know what I'm saying?
But you headed over to Ghana though. Like, how was the trip to Ghana though, man?
It was incredible. Amazing in so many ways. It had been 26 years since I had been there last. To be able to come back as WWE champion, they're all familiar with the product over there, and you know, they understood the significance, and the joy and happiness that I felt from them was unmatched. You know, they welcomed me back with open arms. I got to do so many cool things. I got to meet the president. I got to meet the Ashanti King, and give them WWE titles. Like, in what world, you know what I'm saying, are we in that we can give the president of a country a handshake? Oh, by the way, here's a title. And then to see him light up, you know, and I'm like, oh my God, like, what is happening right now? Because my mom does a lot of work with the president. She works for UNESCO. So she's the one who kind of orchestrated and organized this whole experience. Initially, we wanted it to be 7 days. We don't have that kind of time, being that we have to go back and forth from shows, but we squeezed 7 days of events into 4 days. And I say this all the time, like, I never felt tired. The energy was just so amazing to be able to uplift people and to be able to show children at schools that anything is possible. Look, there's even a Ghanaian name on this most prestigious prize in WWE and all of wrestling. Here, look, it says Kofi right there, and they're looking at it like, oh, their minds are blown. And I'm excited to see, like, if that moment is the catalyst to spark to spark them to go and on and do great things and believe in themselves. That to me is the most important aspect of, number one, going there, and then also being a WWE superstar, being able to influence people. People listen to me because I'm on TV, and they forget, like, okay, I'm just a guy, you know, just like you. I was in the same position, and the only reason that I'm here is because I had the courage to go out and follow my dream. If I didn't, I don't know what I'd be doing, but I definitely wouldn't be enjoying my life as much as I am now. So spreading that message is so important to me, because you only get one life and you need to live it to the fullest by going out and achieving your dreams. It's the difference maker, you know, between, I'm not going to say like your life is terrible if you don't follow your dreams, but I'll tell you what, it's a lot better if you do. It's a lot more fun.
100%, and I think there's definitely going to be somebody that you met out there that's following their dreams now, and they're going to be thanking you in the future.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. You said you don't have much time, which you clearly don't, because
No.
you're doing a lot, but you're still very active on digital platforms like YouTube and stuff as well. Obviously, you got the sneaker section, your sneaker show that you've got on YouTube, but you're also an avid gamer as well. We love gaming here.
Yeah.
So when you do get a little bit of downtime, like that bit of time to kill some time,
Yeah.
how do you spend it, man?
Yeah, doing just that. I mean, usually the downtime I have at home is always spent with the family and the kids. So I guess that's not really downtime per se. But when they all go to bed, honestly, like just being able to run errands at my house and, you know, organize my sneaker closet or, you know, take out the trash. Like, it's very therapeutic because I feel like I have this this normal life. Like, I'm doing all the things that you're supposed to do when you're home, you know? So yeah, that's really it. Obviously, playing video games is a huge part of what we do. As you may or may not know, I am the Madden King. I know you guys don't play American football over here, but in America, on the WWE roster, I am the Madden King. So you are here in the presence of royalty, you know? Playing games is an avenue for us to go out and just like talk trash, because that's the way that we grew up. Back in the day, I remember playing like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, and you would be able to like interact with the people, the physical people like right next to you, and you can see the look on their faces when you beat them, and now I'm looking at you and we're talking trash. So now we get to do that at work, and in this day and age where we have all the online media and you put the headset on and it's cool, people just wanting to get in here, banging on the door, trying to get in here because they want a piece of the Madden King. You know, they said the Madden King, there he is, he's in there. But seeing, you know, it gives us an avenue just to like to interact with people, because like in this day and age when you have the headset on and you're at home and you're talking to people all over the world, it's cool, but you're in the room by yourself and you're not having this human interaction. Yeah. So to be able to travel with our PlayStations, it's the first thing that I do when I get to the locker room is look for we call it a lab setup. We call it the lab, you know? So I'm looking for the plugs, converters, table before I even like put my stuff down for my, for where I'm going to sit in the locker room, and I set the lab up, and now anybody who wants to play at any given time can come and play. We play Tekken, we play Mortal Kombat, we play Madden, some people play UFC. So it's a good outlet for us to have, just to go out and have fun, because what we do is very, very hard, and anything we can do to kind of alleviate that stress. There they go again. There they go again. Yeah. Oh, trying to bust the door down. But yeah, video games are definitely a big part of what we do. It makes our layovers go by real fast. Sometimes you'll be in the airport and your flight will get delayed like 3 hours. It's like, before I'd be mad. Yeah. Now I kind of get, now we just mad in. Yeah. But you just set up the lab and you kill time.
And crack on. No 2K in there. You didn't.
The WWE 2K? I thought you meant like NBA 2K for a second.
Yeah, you didn't mention WWE.
Yeah, I don't. So it's
like playing.
It is amazing. It is amazing to be in a video game. It never gets old, especially as a gamer. But we wrestle a lot. You know what I'm saying? So then, it's almost like bringing work home. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's not to say that like I am against playing the game. I'm not. It's a great game, especially this year. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of like little things in there that make it interesting to play. But I think for a lot of us, we like kind of detach from wrestling a little bit, and that's like what the video game or what the PlayStation kind of does for us. So people will play, but more so other games in there when we have the extra time.
Okay, and so if you brush me at Madden, which is what we say, if you batter me at Madden,
batter you.
If you get,
you said FIFA,
like a northerner.
Batter you.
Yes, we need to get you on a soccer.
Yeah, so there are people who are FIFA specialists. Rusev is one. Yeah. I think Roman is actually pretty good at FIFA. Really? Yeah, I think I want to say it was Roman who's pretty good. Who else? Yeah, there's a lot of FIFA players. Obviously, like the UK guys. A lot of the cruiserweights play FIFA too. Grand Metalik is actually really good at FIFA. Yeah. But me, nah. I suck.
You're a Madden guy.
I suck at FIFA. I'm bad. I don't even know the rules of the game, really. I'm bad.
We got a rule here. If someone's beating you more than 3-0 at half time, you have to come off the console. And for real serious players, you have to write a letter home to your parents or your wife and say, sorry, I was that bad that I lost.
My God, I would have had a whole book. I would have had a whole encyclopedia of just letters talking about how bad I was at the game. I've never won a game of FIFA. Really? I will most like. Oh, actually, that's not true. The first up, down that we ever shot was in some guy's basement, and myself and Woods played FIFA. Luckily, neither of us knows what we're doing. And I did win that one. That was probably the only game of FIFA that I won. And then he had to eat a bunch of hot peppers because we had some, like a punishment on the line.
Kind of
so yeah. So it wasn't a letter, but he ate those peppers. Other than that, you know what? Have I played FIFA? I should have retired then, but I have played since then. I could have gone out on like a win, but I'll never win again. I most likely will never win. I suck.
Well, what can we expect for you forthcoming in WWE? What can we expect to see from Kofi?
You expect the unexpected, man. We oftentimes don't know what the future holds. Things are always changing. I don't know. My job is just to kind of keep pushing forward and, making sure that the opportunities that I'm given are capitalized upon and taken to the fullest. So that's really it. If I was to sit here and tell you like, WrestleMania is going to come around and we're going to be doing this, like that would be a complete lie because I don't even know what we're doing next week. So, that's kind of the nature of the business, but that's again what makes it exciting to be a WWE superstar, is to be in this state of not knowing what's going on and then finding a way to make it compelling. So that's when it gets fun for us.
You're definitely doing that, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Thank you very much for having a chat with me. I'm going to finish now before they bust the door down.
Yeah. But you see that's the problem, is that they're quitters. You see? That's the problem. They think that they want it in Madden, and they say that they want it, and they're banging on the door they want it, and then they just give up just like that. Yeah, they said, come on. You got to figure out a way.
Cheers, brother.
Hey, thanks, man.
What a nice guy, Bill, right?
Kofi was very, warming and inviting. He was very easy to talk to. Upon meeting him, he was very jovial, very happy. especially after a long haul flight. He's just full of energy and just easy to talk to. I mean, even though you were talking to him, I could get that vibe from him. I mean, I spoke to him for a little bit.
Yeah.
And he was just like, hi, how you doing? Shook my hand and everything. He's just a nice guy. Just
Genuinely.
a very, very nice guy.
And I'm more impressed for people like wrestlers being pumped and excited and having energy for you, because they're literally running around busting each other's asses all week. Like, we all know wrestling is it's not UFC in terms of fighters going in the ring and punching each other's eyeballs out, yeah? But it's a very physical thing to be doing on tour all year round, right, Bill?
Yeah.
Like, these guys are high flying, they're jumping around, they're slamming their bodies into things, right?
Yeah. I mean, not a lot of people know this, but they don't just wrestle on a Monday and a Friday. They also wrestle Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They're all over the country. They're all over the world.
Yeah.
And they don't get a lot of rest time throughout the year.
Yeah, so just to have energy is impressive. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, actors, when you talk to them doing junkets, their film's done months ago, mate. They were waiting for the special effects to get done. Hugh Jackman ain't Hugh and Jax when you're meeting him for the Wolverine interview. Nah, he's Hugh Fat Man. You get me? He's been on the pies. Rightly so.
They've got their check and they've been sitting down and playing a bit of PlayStation for the last 6 months.
They've been chilling and they're just doing their contractual obligement, by coming around and doing press. Of course they're going to be happy because their film's out. But these wrestlers, they're talking to you now a couple of hours later, punching each other up a little bit. But so it was a really nice chat with him. I think we should have more WWE superstars here.
Definitely. WWE, hit us up. Let's go to Royal Rumble or WrestleMania. Well, Royal Rumble's next month, so we'll leave that one. We'll park that by the side. I think we'd like to go to WrestleMania.
Definitely. And WWE is moving house in terms of where it's going to be broadcast in the UK as well. But we'll talk more about that when that happens properly. You get me?
That we will.
Yeah. All right. Well, this has been How to Kill an Hour. I've been Marcus Bronzy.
I've been producer Bill.
In the meantime, it doesn't matter. No, joking. See you later. Stay blessed.